being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk, I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I
It's week 9 of the NFL. And up next is one of the best nicknames in football, Sauce Gardner.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Brooklyn Beats. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
From the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Harris starts the drive on the ground. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A
But look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 105 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, just like last play. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They run again with Harris. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On first down, it's Herbert. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle.
Mike Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Mike Tomlin correct in his assessment to throw the flag there. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Davis-Price will try to pick it up. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Woodward. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. 2nd down, here's Davis Price. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The rushing numbers for Davis Price a week ago. 18 carries, 81 yards, and a touchdown.
And while he may not verbalize it, in his mind, going up against this defense, one of the worst rush defenses in the league, he's thinking 200-plus in this game.
1st down, and they go right back to Davis Price. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Off the play fake, Woodward. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. To throw on 3rd down, Woodward. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. Davis Price up the middle, and he stopped immediately there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw, Woodward. He's going to take a shot for the end zone, and unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris.
So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit. But how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll toss to Harris. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And that hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Herbert now. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Partner, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Open man here is Benson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3rd and 2, Herbert. Quick completion here to Johnson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Woodward. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert back to the air. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
He finds his man complete. That's Page. And he'll head out of bounds He's inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
They'll run with Davis Price. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Again, it's Davis Price. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Beats have got it back to within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start first and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. On second and 7, Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. From the 50, here's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. On second down, this is Harris. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert wants to throw it on third and 1. And that's knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Benson. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They're able to keep the drive alive 7 yards that time. And the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So the drive will indeed continue. First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Herbert throwing again. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. Herbert on third down now. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On On first down, Justin Herbert. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They'll try and run with Harris into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and goal, Herbert. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris. That's career touchdown number 131, and it ties him with Chris Carter for number 8 on the all-time list. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it's 21-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This offense back to work now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead grows to 14 and 24-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line. Yeah,
not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where you see the final score there. Mac Jones leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. From there, it's off to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. James Robinson, a touchdown run in the victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Steelers. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, on the other side, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
Going for it, here's Davis Price. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Woodward. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They hand this off to Harris. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
First down, and they go back to Harris. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Herbert. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Again, Herbert. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
I'm not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now the ball comes loose. It's going the other way. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Bass on for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And in this rain, they were nice and cautious there on the extra point try, and that caution was well warranted as this game is tied. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Herbert on first down now. And his throw here is incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On the give, this is Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Play action. It's Herbert. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Herbert now. He's got a man, complete. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Herbert. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Throwing to start the drive. Woodward. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Running left, Davis Price. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Steps away to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Harris. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, it's Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They'll run. Here's Harris. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd down, and again it's Davis Price. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Davis Price will try to pick it up. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they'll send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris. And some room to roam now. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. From the 50, here's Herbert. And the catch made by Johnson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Back to throw. Herbert.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
You need to get the ball away here in the fourth quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's back to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, partner, this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 10, 1:09 to play. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. He finds his man, complete. It's Page. Throwing on first down, Woodward. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. To throw again, Woodward. He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a little under 50 seconds to go. Plenty of time if they can get this onside kick. And it's the Steelers that come up with it. And that should just about do it. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's going to be their defense that gets the ink in the headlines tomorrow, and for good reason. They forced 5 turnovers in this game.
And while we were watching this game unfold, I kept thinking about when we did our training camp tour. And something that you noticed along the way. Just about every camp we visited, when the defense got together, everyone was doing ball drills. Defensive linemen, linebackers, secondary, because they understood how vital it was to take the football away. And they wanted every opportunity. When the ball was knocked free, they want all those guys to be familiar with touching the ball so they could pick up the fumble or get the interception. And we saw it pay off in this one here.
Yeah, 5 times. They'll remember this one. So for Pittsburgh, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.
Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know